Good morning, I'm Anupama. We have with us today Mr. Abraham Vargas. He has been in the UK for 45 years, during which time he also practiced as a barrister in London. As he is a man of global exposure and experience, let us pay attention to his insights. This discussion will be of great use for you, both for your writing as well as speaking modules, and also can help you get a great insight on reading passages. Sir, could you please explain to us, enlighten our students on the issues of education?
Yes. I hope I can enlighten you students. I need to be enlightened myself. The position on education, as I see it, with my just little experience of being in India, is that it is totally inadequate. Sadly, because the foundation has not been laid out properly, but it can be built upon. The important things are certain foundational aspects, such as being able to speak the English language softly, not just softly, but taking your time. It is not spoken rapidly, just like Malayalam, because there are only 26 letters, and there are 56 letters in Malayalam. Now, education is an aspect that is very, very, very fundamentally important to our people, and we realize it. And so, when we talk about education, it is not just about learning from the book. The book has been written by somebody who has received the information from somebody, and so on. And so, it changes as time goes on. And when it does, you must be there to understand and question it. We don't have that kind of attitude. If we don't accept or believe something, we just take it. Okay? That is not the way to behave or to understand classes. Your teacher is there to explain. It's just like going to the doctors. He prescribes various things. You ask him, what is that for? What is this for? Why is this? That is the way to grapple with the doubts in your mind, and do not be afraid of making mistakes. We are constantly sensing competition. We are afraid of making mistakes, and we are always conscious also of other people staring at us and looking at us and being around us. Well, they are not going to study for you. They are not going to do the examinations for you. You have got to do it yourself. And you've got to learn to be independent in your thinking and use your common sense to be able to grapple with the subject first. Everything is fundamentally simple if you understand the subject. If you don't understand the subject, as I've been saying, ask. So that you can go forward in it. It is not an exercise of parrot form learning. It is not a regurgitation of material that is being pumped down your system. Okay? So therefore, those are the fundamentals that need to be uplifted. And a lot of our books need to be seriously updated, because we are way behind in informing our students the developments that have taken place over the last few decades. And that's no good. Okay? We have to update them. Just like science is updated, so must the arts also be updated. Okay? And it is also very important that the staff take a lead, show them the interesting parts of the subject, and let them grapple with it. Okay? So there are many things to be done about education, but these are I think are the fundamentals.
Okay. So, sir, what do you think are the negative effects of rote learning?
The negative effects of rote learning is that you don't really understand what is being said.
Okay.
You are just literally imitating or speaking like a parrot and just regurgitating the information that you have swallowed. That is of no use to anybody. It is like everything else that comes out, it's waste. What you learn must be something that you understand. It is not an exercise of looking at a question, seeing a few words, and then thinking, oh, that's the question, and then throwing it all at the question, as if you're answering it all. You are not. You've got to understand the question first,
Yes.
and only provided the answers that it's looking for. Okay? And rote learning is a terrible mischief that has been practiced here for a long time. It was acceptable in the past where you were learning religious studies and ways of life,
Yes.
which was being passed on by word of mouth, okay, and in certain instances by writing. That is perfectly correct. That is perfectly correct because it always stays in your mind, and they also take you through it and make you think what it's all about, and it affects your daily life. Whereas over here, in preparation for rote learning, in preparation through rote learning, you are preparing it just for the exams, and after that you think you can forget it.
Okay.
Then what have you learned? When people go out and are asked questions, they think they can say all the stuff that they did for their exams. But it's not that. The questions are not going to be like that.
Okay.
All right? So you've got to be prepared to realize that rote learning is all right in certain matters, like formulas.
Okay.
Okay? But in understanding a subject, you've got to also find out what it is about. Even in science, why did it bubble? Why did it explode? Okay? In arts, why do they think like that? How do they justify romanticism? How do they justify the pronunciation of this? Get it all down. Your teachers
We
are
should
there
be
to teach you.
curious to know
Absolutely.
more. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Ask doubts, right?
And we know that most of our students are curious indeed, but they are too shy to ask.
Yeah.
They are afraid. And sometimes teachers mark them out because they are asking too many questions. You see, these outdated ideas are really damaging to the future thinking of our youngsters. We have got brilliant youngsters coming to the system, okay, but sadly are not getting the best out of the system because of what it is at present. It is outdated,
Yes.
okay? And I can say the same about, in particular, the legal profession. We are still looking at 1700s for acts that have been prepared then. It is outdated.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
I hope you all will make use of this video for all your modules in your IELTS examination. Thank you.